Video of my YouTube channel. I'm very excited to be starting this, and I'm starting this because I love talking about movies and TV shows, and I'm hoping to build a channel where I can create a community of people who enjoy talking about movies and TV shows as well. Now today I'm going to start with a review for Jurassic Park, and I'm hoping to do a review for every Jurassic Park movie leading up to the release of Jurassic World Dominion. Now, I love dinosaurs, and I've loved dinosaurs since before I saw Jurassic Park. I think I was around 2 when I started loving dinosaurs, and my favorite book when I was 2 was a dinosaur book. It was actually this one right here. It's actually being held together by tape right now. But yeah, when I was 2 years old, I had to get my mom to read me this book, and she'd have to struggle and read all the Latin names of all the dinosaurs, so I'm a big dinosaur guy. Anyway, the first Jurassic Park movie came out in 1993 and is directed by Steven Spielberg and stars Sam Neill, Laura Dern, Jeff Goldblum, and Richard Attenborough, who, fun fact, his brother is David Attenborough. And if you guys don't know, David Attenborough does a lot of the narration for a lot of the BBC nature documentaries, and right now is actually doing a documentary called Prehistoric Planet on dinosaurs. Anyway, now this is one of my favorite movies, and what I love about it is it's not just a movie about people being chased by dinosaurs. That's definitely in there, but it's more than that. It's got a nice theme in it about meddling with nature, and that it's not a good thing for humans to meddle with nature. And one thing I love about this movie is once everyone's gathered and they're on the island and they see dinosaurs for the first time, everyone is in awe. And it actually takes a while for the characters to sort of think, was it really a good idea to bring dinosaurs back to life? And it takes a few scenes, and once they're in the laboratory and they're learning a bit how the dinosaurs were created and how they're engineered to not reproduce on their own, it sort of starts to sink in for some of them that's like, men's meddling too much in this. And also that scene where they're in the laboratory, it was a great scene because it gives a lot of exposition, but it's done in a way that doesn't make the audience bored. At least I wasn't bored, because often exposition is just two people talking and giving information, nothing's going on. But with this, when they're talking about how the dinosaurs cannot reproduce on their own, at the same time a baby raptor is just hatched. So you have two characters, Jeff Goldblum's character and one of the scientists, talking about how they can't reproduce on their own. And there's a lot of info coming about that. But at the same time, you're watching the screen and these characters are watching this baby raptor hatch. So it's a good way of handling exposition. I really liked how Steven Spielberg did it. It gives information, but it keeps the audience engaged with what's happening at the same time. Another thing that I love about this movie, and I apologize if I'm sort of bouncing around to different parts of the movie, I'll become more organized in how I structure my videos as I do more of them. But anyway, one thing I love is the anticipation buildup of some of the dinosaurs, specifically the Raptors and the TRex. The Raptors are teased and hinted at a lot during the movie, from the opening when one of them is being shipped into the enclosure. You get little glimpses of it, but you don't get to see it full on. And there's another time when they're feeding a cow to them, and you don't see them at all. You just hear their sounds and all the bushes moving and the cries of the cow. So you get hints of them and the people talking about them like they're really fast and vicious and smart. And then the first time you get a good look at the raptor, it's actually a jump scare. Now, I'm not a jump scare person, I don't like them, but I thought this was done really well. And the reason why I think this jump scare was done really well is because it wasn't one you knew was coming. There's a lot of movies where they have a jump scare and it's like, you know, something's coming. This one you didn't. It was actually a very happy moment. They finally got the power back on, and Laura Dern's character is all happy because the power is back, and then all of a sudden a raptor pops out from behind her and everything gets crazy again. And then right after that there's another sort of jump scare, maybe not a jump scare, but another sort of scary moment when you think Samuel Jackson's behind her. You see his arm come over her and she turns around and just his arm's there, because clearly the raptors got at him. Thought it was great. Actually, I just noticed this hat I have up here, and if I can reach it, kind of looks a bit like the hat Alan Grant wears in the movie. So you know what? I'm gonna wear this for the rest of the video. I don't care what people think. I'm gonna wear it. Anyway, I also mentioned that there was build-up to the T-Rex in this movie, and it was mentioned earlier on in the movie that there's a T-Rex in the park. And then finally, when they're doing a test tour and they get to the T-Rex enclosure, the T-Rex doesn't show up. They bring up a goat to entice it to come over to eat. T-Rex still doesn't show up, and they have to move along, and just sort of increases the anticipation to see the T-Rex. And then when the T-Rex does show up, wow. So when the T-Rex shows up, it's at night, there's a storm going on, and the power's gone out, which means the electric fence in between the road and the enclosure is no good. The T-Rex can get right through it, which it does. And so they're waiting there, they hear the thud and the movement of the water in the cup in the car, which is iconic. A great scene. And then you see the goat gone. And this is when the T-Rex shows up. The leg of the goat lands on top of the car, scaring everybody. And then you see the two fingers of the T-Rex arm just hanging over the wires. And then you see the head of the T-Rex eat the rest of the goat. And after that, the T-Rex gets through the wire. Once the T-Rex is through the wire, it's able to totally destroy the car that has the kids in it. The kids are okay, but the car gets pushed over the cliff. Jeff Goldblum's character is injured, and the lawyer is eaten while he's sitting on the toilet. This leads to the part of the movie where Alan Grant and the two kids have to find their way back to everyone else after being separated from the T-Rex. Now, I could go on and on about all the stuff I love about this movie, but I don't want this video to be like 30 minutes long, so I'll start wrapping up shortly. But one last thing I want to say is just, it's great how grounded this movie is, considering it's a movie about dinosaurs. Everything's very believable in it, even the way the dinosaurs were cloned and brought back to life. And while that may not work in real life, watching this movie, you can totally buy that that could be a thing and that it would work. So I just love that Spielberg made this a very grounded movie that has the dinosaurs, but they're not necessarily the focus. It's got characters that you really like, and you sort of side with them, with their beliefs of maybe it wasn't a good idea to bring these dinosaurs back, but you understand why John Hammond really wanted to bring dinosaurs back and show people the dinosaurs. So it's a great movie overall. The graphics in it, the CGI, is a little dated at times. I mean, this movie is almost 30 years old, so that's not really surprising, but the animatronics are great. Like on the T-Rex, the Dilophosaurus, the Triceratops, and the Velociraptors, all the animatronics are great. And overall, it's a great movie. Like I said, it's one of my favorites. And overall, I would give it a 96% because I like to give things ratings. I'm weird now. So stay tuned for my review of the Lost World Jurassic Park. That'll be coming out very soon. And I promise I'll get better at doing these videos. I know it's my first one, so I'm not great yet, but I'll get there. And maybe one day I will be able to have a room dedicated to filming YouTube videos, because right now I am literally filming this in my closet because it's the most soundproof room in the house. So there you go. Anyway, if you like this video, be sure to hit the thumbs up button and subscribe. It will really help out my channel. And until my next video, take care everybody.